podcasting class.
Hi, I just wanted to give a shout out to Miss Lay. I have her this semester for computer applications, and I'm not the best at computer applications, but she always makes it super fun and easy, and I really enjoy going to her class.
Hi, I just want to give a shout out to Caitlin Simpson for putting on all of the great events that JMC hosts. They're really amazing and they're a great opportunity to network and learn new things. So thank you for all that you do and have an amazing Valentine's Day.
Okay, so for my person, I'm going to go with May Wong. I think she's so amazing. When I first got here, I was doing research on how I could get involved in FSU and what I could really do. And I found this business etiquette class. I did some research, I emailed, I tried to get in, and it was only for the College of Business. I couldn't do it. So for College of Entrepreneurship, I started looking. I was trying to figure out who to email. And first person I talked to was May Wong. She really helped me. She said, yes, we can do this. You can be as involved as you want to be in this. And that was in the fall semester. And now we have an etiquette class for the spring semester, which is really cool that I was able to do that in just one semester. And not only that, she told me about the Innovation Challenge. Now I'm in that. I'm in stage 2 of the Innovation Challenge, and I just feel so involved in my college and JMC. I love it so much, and I just know that I'm going to be giving back to it in the future because it has done so much for me, and May Wong is one of them.
The most impactful class I've taken at JMC was probably STEM product development with Dr. Carter. We got to work hands-on with our nonprofit and got to actually help when it came to food rescues. So it was really interesting and we learned a lot.
Hi, my name is Reagan, and I'd like to shout out Professor Frazier. Had the pleasure of taking this class last semester, and let me tell you, it's great. Professor Frazier really does a great job letting students pursue their dreams. He'll connect you with the people to solve your problems. And most of all, he gives great life lessons. Every day I try to get to class just a little early to talk with him for a little bit, and he'd always give me great advice, help me with life. Professor
Meredith, as a father of a firefighter, I just want to thank you for all the work that you do for the female firefighting community. It makes me feel much safer having my daughter out there on the front lines. The work that you do is incredibly important. Thank you for all your research.
Another shout out I want to give is to my sweet Leisha Stafford. She's probably the advisor that's helped me the most with my class schedule and my class build. She's really emphasized the importance of building a solid class schedule for my specific day-to-day routine. She actually spent a lot of time, sat down with me and figured out my specific day-to-day, if I like to go to the gym, what I like to eat, what I like to do during my day to make my school schedule here at FSU the best that it could be. Also, she is the Combined Pathways advisor, and as a student who is interested in Combined Pathways, she's been a major help in helping me figure out just my future in general. So shout out to Leisha. Thank you.
The class that I took at the JMC College is probably Introduction to Textile Sciences. I was really lucky to be able to take it when I studied abroad for my first semester in Florence, and I took it with Costanza Menke, who is still one of my favorite professors ever. The curriculum abroad is a little bit different, and it was really special to me because I was able to learn about high fashion couture. We would watch runways in class. We learned about different textiles and materials and sourcing. We learned about the Made in Italy laws, and it was just a really interesting sort of different approach to fashion that was less sort of sterile and textbook. And I really appreciate how hands-on it was because we also had projects that were embroidery and sewing based, and we put on an entire showcase at the end. And it was really impactful. I think about that class a lot.
Hi, Ashley. I just wanted to say thank you so much for being the driving force behind all the fundraising for our college. We really, really appreciate it. You mean the most. Thanks.
Professor Langston, when I walked into her class, she found out that I was also a music major, and she immediately started talking to me about how her dad was a piano professor and how he knew Dakyani, and we kind of bonded over that. And so now she's on my honors thesis committee, and it was a really awesome time getting to talk to her about what I'm passionate about and being able to incorporate what I'm passionate about into my work within the retail college. Really cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Britt Riley for her pre-internship class. It was super informative and helped everybody land really good internships. I think there's a lot to take away from it. And also a huge shout out to Britt Riley for making the study abroad in Florence, Italy over spring break possible. I think everybody's looking forward to it, and it should be great.
The most impactful class I've ever taken in the JMC college is definitely Intro to Textile Science with Tara Hackett. I took this class when I was still just a textiles entrepreneurship minor, and it was the first class that I had where the exam formats were not just
on paper, and I actually had to like go identify like fabric swatches, and I thought that was really awesome. It was the class that I've definitely connected to most in my entire college career, and I think that that class was the one that made me decide to switch to be a retail entrepreneurship major and gave me a better vision of what I want to do after college.
Hi, Rosie and Jordan. Thanks for keeping our computers running and fixing all our problems.
Kaylee Gray does an awesome job with the social media platforms of the JMC College of Entrepreneurship, and they look clean. I always see them, and they completely pique my interest, and I'm excited to join in on the events.
If I could choose one person, it'd be Melissa Roberts. She has made college a much more fun experience. I've had her for a few semesters now, and me and a few of my friends always, come up and talk to her after and before class, and it just makes it enjoyable to be learning what we're learning. It makes it kind of a nice environment, especially like if you're nervous to go and talk to people. She makes it really easy to kind of get involved with everybody.
I also think JMC does a really good job by allowing for different extracurriculars that allow us to really push us into the actual practical aspects of entrepreneurship. And I think one of the best staff members is May Wang. I think she's very knowledgeable about the business fields. She listened to what I had to say about my business idea. She gave me really great advice. I can tell that she really wanted to help me. And a lot of my other friends also go and talk to her about their business ideas. And everyone seems to say that she's just an awesome staff member and is always willing to help students to the best of her ability.
At JMC that has made my college special is Audra. I've had 2 classes with her. I actually had the very first class that she ever taught here as a gym teacher, and you can just tell that she really cares. Like, I've gone to her multiple times, like my business ideas, like felt like, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing here, but like I think it's a good idea, and she's always been supportive and like kind of just related to you on a different level. And she's someone who I think is a great teacher, and not just a teacher, but like enjoys to get to actually for like a student and an entrepreneur like myself.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of meetings with Kristen Harrison throughout my time here because I'm a double major, and she was really patient and sat down with me and helped me make my schedule, even though there was a lot of class conflicts, and helped me get through this college path. And I want to be able to do it without her, so I really appreciate
Florence Sparling really helped me with my marketing skills, my love for photography. She taught me everything I need to know about a camera, how to find proper lighting, the right angles, and how to edit photos. She actually introduced me to everything Adobe, and because of her, I'm able to actually add that to my resume. So she's been really, really, really helpful when it comes to building my resume and also finding other internships as well. She has sent me other options for when my internship with her was done. And I just always have her in mind when I'm working on what I now love.
Hey, Blake, I just want to say thank you for all you do for JMC and your students. I wanted to send you a personal message myself because when I had you last spring, that was the hardest class I've ever taken at FSU. Not only was it the hardest class, but it was one of the hardest times. And truly, without you, I don't think that I could have gotten through it. And you reminded me that everything's always going to be okay. I'm super appreciative of you and the experience that you've given me here at FSU.
Chrissy Hand is one of the professors that has really outreached to me and believed in me in a moment where I didn't even believe in myself. I had her for computer applications, which is definitely not a strong suit of mine, but now I'm in a position where I'm actually her teaching assistant this semester. So I've gotten to the place where not only have I excelled in the curriculum in the class, but also grown a very strong connection with her as a professor and a mentor.
Hey, Lion, thank you so much for all the research you do and definitely taking up the style points of the faculty. Excellent job. And Susanna, so much fun doing research with you. And I hear such great things about you teaching at 3515. And just thank you so much for everything you do.
Somebody that I would like to thank for my JMC experience is Bob Garner. Bob Garner has been somebody who has been such an amazing role model, not only for myself, but for the other men of the class, especially with the negotiations class, and not only making it tailored for in-school success, but also outside of school success. So he has his own Bible study. So being able to go to that is something that I really enjoyed and I'm thankful to him for. And I got my feet up with Finn shirt. So you know we're repping Bob. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you. Let's keep going.
The most class, I took a lot of classes with her, but the biggest one was our quality assurance lab, and we set clothes on fire, and we like tested and looked through microscopes to look at all the fabrics. So it was just really impactful, and made me want to be a textile chemist. So I really appreciate that, and it was cool having a black professor for once. So
One Jim staff member that I would like to shout out that kind of helps things work out behind the scenes is Will Joyner. Mr. Joyner not only runs the ambassador program for Jim Moran, but also is one of the advisors that talks one-on-one with the students to help them figure out their schedules. I personally have met with Will multiple times outside of being an ambassador just to find where my place is in Jim Moran and where I can kind of get involved. He's always the one that I've gone to for questions, and he's always had answers. And I just want to shout him out and tell him thank you for all of his hard work here at Jim Moran.
If I could thank one person for shaping my college experience, I would say it would have to be Mark McNeese. He's been really impactful on the time that I've known him and got to learn from him as a teacher that I have in both market solutions to social problems in the morning and podcasting in the evening. Twice on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and he's my only teacher. I really look up to him and I see him as a mentor, and I'm excited to learn more from his classes and get to know him. Shout out to him.
So the first time that I had a wonderful experience with Gardner was actually at the career fair last year in 2025. I was very nervous. It was my first time ever doing something like that, going up to people, like actually doing just like a cold start. And she encouraged me. I was by myself actually at the time, and she encouraged me just to like speak with people and just sell myself in the best way possible. And then literally just like moving on after that, like we became very close, and she was in with my personal issues, and I felt very, very taken care of by not only in class and her helping me out, but outside of class, even outside of office hours. It was just really nice to actually have somebody who cared about me and not just about my
Hey, I just want to thank the deans, Susan, Eric, Jessica, and Kirsten. Thank you so much for keeping this big college together and moving in the right direction. Thank you so much, and hopefully you have a great Valentine's Day.
Shout out to Holly. She's somebody who truly makes a difference. She's always in the front, greeting everybody with a smile and a warm welcome, making this community feel nice and together. She always connects everybody with the right people and knows who to talk to and gets everything done. Her organization skills are amazing, and she's just just an amazing woman who helps keep everything.
yes, I would say Miss Roxanne Parker. She has been an amazing person. I took her on last semester, and I ended up having to drop her class because I lost a sister in February. Then my sister had a car accident. She went over and beyond, letting me come to her office hours and helping me through it. She did not let me get discouraged. And of course, because I had to drop out, I promised myself if I got another opportunity to take that class again, she was the professor I was going to take it with. And might I say, it has been a joy, and she has just been so wonderful. I love her, to say the least.
Hey, I want to do a shout out to JMI and all the great work you guys do all over the state of Florida. Thank you, Stephanie and Lauren over there in Jacksonville. And thank you, Marina and Kim, holding the fort down here at Tallahassee. And Shane, my man, thank you for everything that you're doing in Tampa and South Florida. Jennifer, Amy, and John, just thank you for just getting out there and interacting with the community and really fulfilling the vision that Jamaran has for JMI.
Hi, Shelly. I just want to give you a shout out because you mean the most to me. You've been with me throughout my entire ride at FSU in the Entrepreneurship College. You've been there for me for so many different things. You helped me build to who I am today, and I just wanted to say thank you so much.
Happy Valentine's Day from the podcasting class.